Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the Detroit Red Wings. By Meijer, find low prices on everything your family needs at Meijer. And by Xfinity, your home for most live sports. And as the fans make their way to their seats here at Joe Louis Arena, we welcome you back. On this Wednesday evening, the eve of Thanksgiving, hope this holiday is safe for you. And you enjoy all the turkey and stuffing, and we know you'll all be stuffed. The players are all making their plans too. Won't head into New Jersey until 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So all the Swedes say they don't necessarily have plans yet, but they'll all get together. Thomas Tatar, Slovakian family in town that he's going to spend some time with, so very nice for him. Prior to Thanksgiving, on this night, we honor our nation, and here is Karen Newman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Second of 3 meetings this season, and our goaltenders for the second meeting are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers, and neither played in the first meeting in Philadelphia. It's Steve Mason for the Flyers, who had a 46-save shutout for the Flyers 2 nights ago for 65 minutes, but lost in a shootout. Jimmy Howard for the Red Wings, who made 23 saves in a win here over Ottawa that same night. Captain will center the Red Wings top unit. He has Justin Abdelkader on one side, Gus Nyquist on the other. The Philadelphia Flyers will counter with their top line of Claude Giroux at center, Jake Voracek, and Brayden Schenn. Giroux with 24 points, fourth in the league, averaging nearly 22 minutes a night. That's tops in the league. And his right winger is number 1 in the National Hockey League with 29 points. Number 93 will tip it in. Giroux tries to get in there as Zetterberg stays with him. As the two captains went down ice. Point shot handled by Howard. The rebound popped out, but a hold on off the shot from Nick Schultz.
Well, Voracek's a big, strong right winger playing the right side as a left-hand shot, and Giroux is a right-hand shot who plays at center. Now these two, between the two of them, boy, they can light it up pretty good. So Zetterberg's going to start as he did there against that line, and with Mike Babcock having the option of choosing his matchup, being the home coach, we'll see how long that lasts depending on how they do. Pretty good start for Giroux and Voracek on that first shift.
Fired around by Quincy. A little tip at center ice was too far for Franzen, who's out there with Riley Shane and Thomas Tatar. As Franzen carries into the Philadelphia zone, and it gets knocked away from him, and now they'll have to race back. Quincy will get there first on that puck. Paired on defense with Danny DeKeyser. Angled that one off the kick plate perfectly to him. Then DeKeyser went for a tumble. Off to the other side. Matt Reed, number 24 for Philadelphia, couldn't pick it up. Tatar got it out to center. Couturier will take over for the Flyers. Couturier, he was taken with the pick from Columbus from Jeff Carter. Pavel Datsyuk back in the lineup, carried ahead, gave it to Helm, and a save made by Mason. Helm flipped it back to the line, and a shot by Kronwall sailed wide. Hustling over is Stephen Weiss off that 2-goal effort in his return to the lineup. So 3 natural centers on this line. Weiss trying to get back there on Simmons. Simmons plays one back into the middle, and a shot. I don't know whether Howard got a piece of that one or not, but Scott Laughton had the opportunity. And a penalty upcoming here to Detroit.
Well, Philadelphia with lots of early pressure. We haven't even played a minute and a half in this game. And the Flyers, if Jimmy got a piece of it, good on him, but they really had a glorious chance. And for all purposes, I think the shot was going wide, but then a penalty ensues after that. Yeah, he got a piece of it all right. Whether it was on the net remains to be seen. There's the trip, no question about that. So the Flyers go to the first power play of the game, and they came to play. If the first minute and 28 seconds is any indication.
Philadelphia power play that's gone 2 for 13 the past 4 after they were 6 for 14 the previous 3. So it's gone cold lately. They were shut out in a shootout loss, as mentioned, a couple of nights ago to the Islanders, 1-0. The Philadelphia Flyers were the first team in the first meeting of the season against the Red Wings to score a power play goal against Detroit. The Red Wings had gone 25 for 25 on the penalty kill until Braden Shen scored a power play goal against the Red Wings, and it turned out to be the game winner. Philadelphia working on the power play now. Voracek has it right side, takes a shot that's tipped by Simmons over top of Howard, picked up by Quincy, and rattled down the ice.
Simmons is a real specialist on that power play, boy. He's big and strong, not a big guy size-wise, but just tall. But he's hard to move, and he plays a crusty game.
And Scarborough just outside one of the suburbs of Toronto. And Simmons. And as that puck goes down the ice, Steve Mason will leave it back there. Michael Del Zotto, former New York Ranger and a short-time Nashville Predator. Kronwall put it right in front of his own goal, but knew Abdelkader was there. Then he and Helm will go off with 35 seconds remaining in the Jonathan Ericsson penalty. Flyers working with the man advantage on the right wing. Shen. LeCavier rather cleared it around. Reed went back for LeCavier, intercepted by Quincy for Glendening. Another play back for DeKeyser. Miller hustling over to get it. And Drew Miller takes a long shot wide of Steve Mason. Matt Reed can play all forward position, sends a pass ahead that Howard couldn't corral back of the net. No shots on that power play for Philadelphia. They're 0 for 1 on it. Roos spun one in back of the net. Kronwall tries to tie up his man. To the near side, Coburn with a shot. He didn't play in the first game against Detroit. Coburn, another shot deflected and just wide of the goal. They were missing both Coburn and Andrew McDonald in that first meeting against Detroit. Schultz back to get it. Flyers blue line was really banged up then and starting to get healthy. Still missing Kimmo Timonen, who's on long-term IR for the season. A big loss for them, and part of the reason why they picked up Michael Del Zotto as an unrestricted free agent in the summer. Pavel Datsyuk couldn't get through. Howard gave it right to Simmons, who put it in back of the net for Raffl, and a couple of goals against Detroit in the first meeting of the season. Raffl, his first game back after missing 8 with an injury. Simmons cut back into the middle. He got stick checked. Quincy will flip one to the other side. Now a race for the puck. Nyquist couldn't get there in time. Back in front. Howard had to be quick on that as it was redirected. As Zetterberg threw it up the middle, but getting back with Simmons to knock it down and back into the Red Wing zone.
Boy, oh boy, Philadelphia really putting the pressure on here. Detroit's on their heels. They need to get this thing settled down. Flyer forechecking is a trademark of this first period so far.
Puck kept alive. Jake Voracek will grab it for Philadelphia. Voracek circles the goal, comes right out front with it. Oh, and hit the post.
Oh, my goodness. How did that not go in? Wow.
Too good of an opportunity there, as Voracek just did it all, and the Red Wings didn't pursue him.
Well, they stood there and watched him. That's what they did. That had to hit the inside of the goalpost.
Kindle getting back. Lead pass too hot to handle off the heel of Tatar's stick. Braden Coburn goes back to get it. Puck is knocked to an open wing. But Franzen got over to keep it in. Back of the goal. Tatar shoveled it back to keep control. Reverse that. Sheahan behind the goal. Sheahan to Franzen from a tight angle. Spins back with the puck. Franzen then lost it. Andrew McDonald's got it. Former Islander plays one back. Got a big deal after coming over to Philadelphia. Franzen blocked the outlet try. In the slot, and a save by Mason off Franzen. It was the Red Wings with their best chance. Giroux. Long shot in wide of Howard, and this will be an icing against Philadelphia.
Well, shots say it's 3-2 Philadelphia, but holy smoke, look at this. Nobody takes Voracek in front. Red Wings are lucky. Inside of the goalpost, out behind the goaltender, across the front of the line. And I mean, he walked right out in front of the net, completely unmolested. And there'll be conversation about that on that Red Wing bench, you can bet. It almost looked like a miscommunication. Again, Pavel Datsyuk right there, but he hasn't been in 10 days. And playing with new people, and that's what it's all about, communicating especially inside your own blue line.
Yurko behind the goal for Miller. Just the second time this fourth line hasn't been together, with Joachim Andersen a healthy scratch for the second time. The other game was against the Rangers. So Yurko picks up his spot with the return of Pavel Datsyuk. Yurko drops down to the fourth line with Glendening and Miller. Lead pass by Xavier Ouellette. Stopped by Steve Mason. Yurko went in on the forecheck there. Gave a run at Del Zotto. Picked up by Simmons. He's away for Philadelphia, showing good speed up the left wing. Right in on goal. Puck's loose. Howard down.
Oh boy.
And DeKaiser, who's the puck under. DeKaiser certainly didn't intentionally hold anything there. And Jimmy Howard appeared to have it.
Well, for a reason we'll find out here when we come back, Wayne Simmons fanned on that shot, but maybe he didn't. They left him alone, and Jimmy right there. That puck never got to the net. Wow. We'll be back. Well, the Philadelphia Flyers just get a grade A scoring chance here. Drew Miller is not going to catch Wayne Simmons. Watch what happens. Ouellette over here with DeKaiser. He stands this guy up. That gives Simmons a clear lane to the net. DeKaiser's looking at his guy. And watch the play Ouellette make right there. Knocks the puck off a Simmons stick. He had a point-blank shot. And then they will not even get credit for a shot on goal on that one. What a nice recovery by Ouellette. But a 3-on-2 again, Mike Babcock won't be happy with.
Kaiser on defense with Quincy. As Weiss is up with Datsyuk and Helm, who'll have no problem taking faceoffs tonight. If someone were to get bounced out of the circle, there are two capable to come in and take it. Quincy couldn't get far at center as Sean Couturier knocked it down and had the puck taken away by Helm. Danny DeKaiser with it. Weiss to center for Datsyuk. Pavel with 5 goals and 11 points in 10 games. Injured 11 games this season. The shoulder injury to start, and lately the groin injury the last 4. As he comes back in tonight.
You can see that those three guys are going to have some time to figure it out. They're all good hockey players, but they haven't ever played together before, and they're right now a little bit strange to each other.
Weiss was with Helm and Yurko in the night that he scored 2 goals last game. And Weiss playing wing for the first time in his career. Well, earlier today, good news, Brendan Smith, who had to have a little surgery on that infected hand when he got in a fight with Nick Foligno. His hand got in Foligno's mouth, and there's lots of bacteria, obviously, and an issue, and that's why he's been out of the lineup since then. His 4th game missing tonight, but the hand, the swelling's gone down. He's getting better, and said if he had to fight like that, he'd do it again. It was a freak accident, but feeling a little better now and closer to returning.
Yeah, he probably won't play Friday night. Outside chance, but more likely to play back at home Sunday against Vancouver, which is the only game in the NHL, by the way, Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
And we'll have it for you on Fox Sports Detroit Sunday afternoon. So join us for that. You're still be eating leftover turkey then, I'm sure. Here's Voracek. That stuff stays with you forever like luggage, leftover turkey.
Like luggage?
Yeah, you just never get rid of it. Takes you a long time.
That's not what some people tell me. They can never find their luggage.
Depends which airline you're on. Carried back in by Voracek. Right into Giroux, and a save by Howard.
What a play. What a play by those two. You can see how creative they are together. And you're right about that. Jimmy Howard absolutely stoned him.
First and fourth in league scoring. Voracek and then on to Giroux, and a big save by the Red Wing goaltender. Into the boards with Shan. Simmons got stepped into by Kindle. Batted ahead by Philadelphia, but on to the Red Wings. Kindle's pass intercepted. Philadelphia back in for Simmons, bobbled it, and a shot going high and wide, but grabbed by Howard anyway.
Well, the Red Wings still haven't gotten it figured out yet. The Flyers feeling pretty good about themselves, and here's that nice little play. Voracek. And a beautiful save by Jim Howard off Giroux's backhand. He look at him, kicked it up to himself. That's how creative those two can be together. Voracek, as Ken mentioned on the open, leading the league with 29 points, tied with Crosby.
And Claude Giroux, 24 points in fourth, points in 15 of 20 Philadelphia games. Giroux has points in all but 3 when they were shut out. For Voracek. Grossman. Played out through center. On strike. Red Wings back in. Miller. And Strike goes back there along with Yurko, and Strike ran into the net, which was dislodged, so we'll take a timeout. 6 seconds past the halfway point, first period. Friday at 1 on Fox Sports Detroit, Division II high school football final. Danny DeKeyser's De La Salle Pirates versus Abdelkader's Muskegon Mona Shores Sailors.
I think De La Salle's a heavy favorite. I think, the pressure's on those guys to win, so we're playing the underdog role.
Yeah, he's sandbagging. I know. Well, I mean, I got to stick with my guys. I think they're going to pull it out, but, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be a good game.
De La Salle's in the playoffs 8 of the past 9 seasons. Scores! Darren Helm.
I was just going to say, Ken, I've seen Red Wings play games like this where they've gotten all over the other team the first 10 minutes. This puck may have hit Stephen Weiss. We'll have to see. He's in front. Elmer looked at him like it hit Weiss and went through the goaltender. And one of the first shots you get on goal, it's only the third one for Detroit. After all the pressure from the other team, goes in the back of the net. And wouldn't you know it, that happens here tonight. And see Helm with his arm towards Weiss, which would indicate that Weiss nicked it. Possibly so, and if so, his third in about 3.5 periods. How about that?
That and the goals Friday night and Saturday night in Grand Rapids in consecutive games.
Yeah.
So he's been on a scoring tear. If in fact Weiss got his stick on that puck after Helm took the shot, and it's 1-0 Detroit. So the center line is the center of attention here with the lead, as that shot just sailed wide of the net. Weiss from Helm and Kindle at 10-12 will be the goal. Well, it doesn't matter who's Weiss is playing with, whether it be Anthony Mantha and Kevin Porter, or whether it be Yurko on the other side, but still with Helm, and he tips a Helm shot through. His third goal of the season in his third game.
It didn't take much, and this is all it takes in front of the net. When you go to those areas, the hard areas on the ice, you'll see Weiss here. Watch the stick after this guy moves. Watch this. There it is right there. Just a little redirection, and instead of going against the pad, it goes underneath the goaltender Mason and in the net. Boy, that's living right if you're Stephen Weiss. Good for him.
So the Red Wings have the first goal as the play goes offside. Detroit scored first in the first meeting against Philadelphia 2.
Yeah.
And lost by a score of 4-2. The Flyers have won only 3 of 14 when the opposition scored first, and that includes the game against the Red Wings.
Couple of notes, Kenny. Eleanor Gertziel out there, 95 years old, recuperating at St. John's Hospital. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Eleanor. Your son Dave works here in the crew with Al Sabatka. And a happy 90th birthday to Gino D'Ambrosio. You know Gino. 90 years old.
He
doesn't
looks
look
like
a day
he's
over
70.
16 grandkids watching the game, and happy Thanksgiving. Gino has been in the Red Wing family for a lot of years.
And,
but you're right about that.
I go to him every year up in Traverse City.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, you're right. We got to find
man.
it. Got to find out what he's drinking or smoking, whatever it is.
If he goes to any fair and you want to guess your age, you'll never guess Gino's age. Not
Way to go, Gino.
chance. De Kaiser with a lead pass for Thomas Tatar. Sticked aside by Steve Mason. As that is up into the first row of seats, and you are sending out congrats, and we want to do the same to the O2 Little Caesars team who went to the Mississauga Rebels hockey tournament just outside Toronto. And the O2 Little Caesars team went 5-0 in the showcase. Chris Draper, one of their head coaches, one of 3 head coaches on that team. I know his son Keenan played, but Chris will never boast about Keenan, as good as he may be. But congrats to the O2 Little Caesars for winning it all. And we want to wish our best to all the Little Caesars teams heading to Whitby for the International Silver Sticks.
Wow.
That's a huge tournament.
Whitby, Ontario. I guess my dad played for the Whitby Dunlop back in 1958 when they went over to Oslo, Norway and beat the Russians. How about that? Outdoor rink, he said they had a post in the middle of the blue line. Unbelievable. Honest to God. Imagine that. And they were wearing those old like bomber helmets. They're like a leather helmet on your head. Oh my God. Yeah.
Tipped by Glendenning.
They had some great hockey teams. Ren Blair, who just died not long ago, was in Minnesota. He was the manager and coach of that Whitby Dunlop team. Long John Henderson, the goaltender. Bobby Addersley. Buzz Gagnon. A lot of good hockey players, boy. Harry Sinden was on that team, my dad's defense partner. The old general manager of the Bruins.
Played back in, then Howard will slow down in the trapezoid areas. Xavier Ouellette got it back for Kindle. Weiss played one over for Ouellette. Helm had to go off his stick, able to kick it ahead. Red Wings in the midst of a change here. Back to pick it up, Pavel Datsyuk. Gathering speed through center. Flips it in and goes in after. Schultz for Philadelphia made the play to the line, but not out. Eriksson put it back in. So Nick Schultz will go for it, but Mason will do it himself. Kronwall stopped his man at the line. Eriksson. Ahead for Datsyuk. For Helm. Gathered it back in. Weiss tried to get it the rest of the way. He'll go for a change. It's 1-on-5. Helm's all alone. Got pushed down. Picked up by Mark Strike. Strike gets hit by Abdelkader. Long stretch pass left there by Giroux. Schenn couldn't get in. Braden Schenn. His brother Luke is a healthy scratch tonight for the Flyers. Back in the net for Voracek, trying to fight off Zetterberg. Penalty coming here to the Red Wings.
It'll be the second penalty taken by Detroit against this line, and that's what they can do to you.
Dan O'Halloran made the call. He and Brian Puckbarrow working the game. A couple of local guys.
It'll be interesting to see holding the call. Zetterberg's going to go. And as you might expect, he doesn't go to the penalty box very much. Maybe 13 minutes, 13 and 14 for Zetterberg. And he's got a pretty good hold on Voracek right there. It'll be interesting to see at the end of the first period, depending on the score, whether Mike Babcock chooses to leave Zetterberg against Voracek and Giroux, given that they've taken 2 penalties against them already here in 10-12 minutes.
And he's making sure to get Eriksson and Kronwall out against them. So the Flyers on a second power play. Didn't have a shot on the first one. Glendenning, and a good defensive play coming back by Andrew MacDonald. Just as he was about to shoot it. Reed was back to get it for the Flyers. at the line partially was Vinny Lecavalier, number 40 for Philadelphia. Puck loose. Miller got a stick on that before Reed could get there and took the right angle to get to that puck. Mason will tee it up for Del Zotto, who was dealt to Nashville from the Rangers for Kevin Klein late last season.
They could sure use Del Zotto back in New York with all the injuries they've had.
Yeah. Flyers have had that problem too. Carlo Koliakovo, former Red Wing for a short time, a healthy scratch tonight for Philadelphia as they begin to get healthy. Sent around to the near side as Voracek moved up on it, but Abdelkader's got it, and he'll send the Philadelphia Flyers back down the ice. The Flyers coming off that overtime loss. They've won just one of their past 6 games after previously winning 6 of 8. Miller played it ahead, but he didn't see Glendening going up the middle. He would have been in all alone. Glendening stops back of the net. Put it back to the middle for Helm, and he just lost control as he was about to fire. Cronwall doing all he could to put the Flyers offside, but in they come, and then they lost the puck.
She's a hot potato, I guess, eh?
As Helm's able to clear it. No shots again on that power play either as Zetterberg's out of the box. There's one that Jimmy Howard will calmly grab. So Philadelphia 0 for 2 on the power play and without a shot on either one. The Red Wings have one tonight, and they lead. Red Wings hockey presented by Bell Tire.
1-0 Red Wings in the first here at Joe Louis Arena. And coming up in our Ram intermission report, it is one of Chris Osgood's favorite sayings that a team looked a little unbuckled early. Well, they became buckled, did the Red Wings, thanks in part to the impact of Stephen Weiss and Pavel Datsyuk. We'll talk of that, and we'll have highlights and analysis when we come your way in the first intermission. That's when I'm joined with the birthday boys upstairs. Now to Ken and Mick in the booth, guys.
I was going to say, how much cake are you going to have? In that, there will be so many candles between Darren and Chris.
But they're not that old.
Well, between the two of them.
You think?
Can you imagine if it were John's birthday today, too? It'd be a fire hazard.
Hey, now.
A lot of tin music down there, boys.
I thought our guys were supposed to shut John's mic.
Oh, there's a penalty hitting in the back. Philadelphia's going to the box.
Brian Pochmara making the call. His dad's worked in this building for decades.
Cross-check in the middle of the back.
Number 12, 2 minutes for cross-check.
Craig Berube, whose team this season is averaging under 10 minutes a game penalty-wise, and that's pretty good because they led the league last year at nearly 15 minutes a night. No doubt about that one.
Nasty cross-check, right?
Michael Raffel.
You got to know better than that. He didn't. I mean, you can't do that if you know what you're doing, can you? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
He's missed the past 8 with a foot injury, so he's just getting back into a rhythm, maybe.
A foot's a long way from what's between his ears.
That's true.
Jeez. Hey?
So the Red Wings go to their first Bell Tire power play of this game. And Zetterberg between Nyquist and Abdelkader. On the backside is Cronwall, along with Johan Franzen.
Franzen's played a little bit of point on the power play, but not a ton. Interesting choice by Mike Babcock. This power play has been much better the last 3 weeks. Started out very anemic-like.
12th in the National Hockey League now. We're 0 for 3 were the Red Wings in the 4-2 loss in Philadelphia.
See the action when the Wings take on the Panthers. Tuesday, the 2nd of December. The first 10,000 fans receive a Henrik Zetterberg holiday ornament. For tickets, call 313-471-7575. Right now, ticket executives are standing by. The Z-Man.
And Florida's in a lot of games. They've got 6 overtime points, and that leads the league. So they're not being blown out by any stretch. Give the team a battle, a good young team. The Panthers, 2 years away yet. Saved by Mason with Abdelkader right there. Abdelkader, as we say, in his career, looking for his first power play goal with a goaltender in the net. Saved by Mason. Good close-in try there as Franzen had an opportunity. Here's Zetterberg, back in front. Abdelkader. One empty net power play goal to his credit last season. Nyquist. Stops for Franzen, tip back to the line. Cronwall took the shot. Mason's got it with Abdelkader in there hunting for a loose puck if it were to come. but Mason held on.
He's looking more and more like Thomas Holmstrom every day. He's getting hard to move. He finds his ground, Abdelkader does, and he's not a little guy. Big, strong boy to go to the front of the net and tough to move and doesn't mind getting hacked and whacked. 6 for Nyquist. Pretty good start in the first quarter of the season, I'd say.
6 of his 10 goals have come on the power play.
He's on pace to break the record.
That you have?
Yeah. Well, I think I got a piece of it.
Little ways to go.
Cicerelli and I.
You and Dino, yeah. You and Dino.
21, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be correct. One past your number.
Speaking of power play goals, remember Tim Kerr in Philadelphia? 35 one year, I think.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Couldn't move him from front.
No kidding.
Esposito-like.
Great release.
Here's Kindle. Knocked down Weiss, looking for another one. Oh, just a little double puck. And he shot it a split second earlier.
He thought about it. Mason made a quick move over and shut that down, and then he tried to pass the puck, I think.
So back at even strength as Raffl comes out of the box as he collides right there with Weiss, just as he was coming onto the ice. Pulled back in by Bellemare. Number 78, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare for Philadelphia, nearly 30 years old, making his debut in the National Hockey League season. Hit put on Quincy. Stayed with it though, again, and then gets checked by Bellemare. Bellemare up with Ronaldo.
What a hit on Luke Clinton. He got wiped out, but he got right back up.
Knocked out of the air by Shen. Sticks came up high. Datsuk. He'll dump one in and head off. Miller goes up. Stripe will move one back. Miscue there. That'll allow the Red Wings to come in quickly on it. Sheahan then able to block it. Miller over to help. Now the Flyers will squeak that puck out to center. Stretch pass over to Shen, who's out with Giroux and Voracek. Against the Red Wings' fourth line here in front of the net. That's cleared away. Good move to take it for Sheahan. Tatar now comes off the bench. Yurko gives him the puck. The Red Wings in the midst of a change. Yurko took a stab at it. Sheahan with that long reach, able to get to it, then knocked away, and Giroux plays one ahead. A race after it into Red Wing territory. Well, Giroux protected that puck, played it in back of the goal. Kronwall coughed it up. Wayne Simmons turns in the corner, mirrored there by Helm. Simmons back to the point to Schultz. Took the shot. Off the backboard, wrapped by Helm. Didn't get anywhere though. Kronwall moved it about 20 feet. Puck bounced up. Picked up by Tatar, gives it to Helm. And Tatar jumped in ahead of the playoff side.
Pavel Datsuk went off about a minute ago, and this might go down as one of the most unproductive periods that Pavel Datsuk is ever going to have. He's been out 10 days, 4 games. He's only played in 10 games. He's got 11 points, but you can see he's looking around with Weiss, who he's never played with on the line, and very seldom with Helm. Like, holy mackerel, this game isn't this tough, but boy, oh boy, even Pavel Datsuk is going to take some time to get comfortable with the pace of the game and the way he can play it at a high level. A little frustrating, but he understands.
Delayed offside, but Philadelphia gets it out to center. Ouellette gets bowled over. Right back in for Nyquist as the period comes to a close. Shots all even, but the Red Wings have the one shot that makes the difference from Stephen Weiss, although he deflected a shot from Darren Helm. Kindle getting the second helper, 10-12. The time of the goal as we send it to John Keating. Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond with you. The Red Wings lost the first meeting of the season, 4-2 in Philadelphia, October 25th. As Hanson's bring you to the report card on the series history between the two teams. That loss in Philadelphia a month ago was the 9th straight loss in Philadelphia by the Red Wings since Game 2 of the Cup final. Back in 1997, the Red Wings will have to play in Philadelphia again on March the 14th, the third and final meeting of the season. It'll be the first time since 1993 the Red Wings will have 2 regular season games in Philadelphia. The way things have gone there, too bad the 2 of them aren't here, where the Red Wings fare much better against the Flyers. Second period is underway. Scott Watton turned in back of the goal. That just missed. Del Zotto had moved in from his point position. Getting over to knock it away was Michael Raffel. And back in by Del Zotto as Philadelphia and the Red Wings will both use the opportunity to change. As DeKeyser looks ahead. Both DeKeyser and Abdelkader, who just tipped it in, will be in New Jersey. The Red Wings tomorrow, they would have loved to have, or on Friday, gone to that football game. We'll have for you on Fox Sports Detroit at 1 o'clock, the Division II Championship between De La Salle and Warren and Mona Shores. Carried back in by Umberger, and that'll be held by Howard. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Red Wings in a 1-0 lead here after once again not allowing a first period goal. They've only allowed 10 all season, second fewest in the league. And they've now scored 15 in the first, not a whole bunch, but they've defended very well. Came back to the line, kept in by Streit. To the near side for Nicholas Grossman. Good in front of Voracek. And a good takeaway is Datsuk. Gets it ahead for Weiss. Couldn't keep it at center. Back in come the Flyers, and just too far for Braden Shen. Howard cleared it around. Moving up through center comes Helm. Long shot in that Steve Mason stopped. And then the Red Wings will regroup. Mentioned Mason was coming off a shutout and a 1-0 shootout loss. Second time that's happened to him in his career. As that's deflected high. The other was against the Red Wings when Steve Mason was a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets. A 0-0 game.
He had 10 that year, didn't
10, and that's what when you're paying for Ken Hitchcock, you have a tendency to play a defensive game, and Mason, Calder Trophy winner, had 10 shutouts playing for Ken Hitchcock in Columbus. Speaking of Ken Hitchcock, how about the St. Louis Blues? They'll give Martin Brodeur a practice run, yep. So Brodeur will go to the Blues with Elliott hurt for a little bit for a few weeks. They're looking for some goaltending help. That's deflected up into the netting and out of play.
Well, the Red Wings will look to a better start here in the second period than they got in the first period, because the Flyers were all over them in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and until the goal by Weiss on the Helm shot, pretty much all Philadelphia.
Philadelphia won that face-off, or did they? They have a problem with the clock.
I think so.
There's Ron Hextall, the general manager of the Philadelphia Flyers, who could be heard shouting at his team after they had lost their third of what became 4 in a row at New York. And Hextall went down to the room after the game, let his players have it, slammed the door, and maybe the intention was that everyone outside would hear it.
Well, he was like that as a goaltender, too. You didn't like Billy Smith around his crease in the Islander days. Hextall was pretty good at using that big goal stick to make you pay a price. Our guys in the studio know all about that. They've done it themselves from time to time. Not as much as Hextall did. And Hextall also, was he the first one to score a goal? Our guys would know that. I think he was, as a goalie. And of course, Ozzie did that in Hartford. I'll never forget that night. Boy, that's fun stuff. Hextall cut his teeth in L.A. with Dean Lombardi and those great L.A. teams, 2 cups in 3 years. And they got the opportunity when the Flyers didn't do what they felt they should do. The move was made.
Scores!
Wow. What a shot by Giroux. This may have hit something. We'll have to see. whatever it was, it handcuffed Jimmy Howard. It was a wrist shot by Giroux. Right-hand shot, going to his left, shooting back to his right. See if we can pick up what may have happened here to tie this game at 1. There's the giveaway there at center ice. I wonder if that hit the heel of Quincy's stick. We'll have to get a better look at it. Right? Oh, it's hard to tell on that one, but, I mean, he missed that by a lot. So you got to think that hit something.
Claude Giroux gets his 7th goal and his 25th point. His points in 16 of the Flyers' 21 games now. That's Giroux's 2nd shot of the game. Unassisted goal after DeKeyser tried to make a play through the middle. 2:31. So Claude Giroux now with 95 shots on goal. He's on pace for just under 400. His personal best is just under 250. He's been shooting a lot, and that one found the back of the net. Glendening, angle run back to the line. Erickson couldn't keep that one in. Over for Ouellette. Rimmed around in the Flyer zone. The first meeting in Philadelphia, the Red Wings had scored first in that one. The Flyers came back with the next 2 that night. Well, the Red Wings would tie it again, and Philly scored 3 in the 3rd to win it.
That's a game that the Flyers were able to be had that night, and Detroit were not happy that they let it get away.
The Red Wings outshot the Flyers that night, Mick, 37-17.
Right. Well, let's have one more look at this tying goal. A couple things I want you to keep an eye on here. Hold it there, guys. Once he comes over the line, watch Giroux. Hold it right there. Giroux is thinking, I'm going to try to use Quincy as a screen and try to catch him. You normally don't score from a goalie out on a goalie out here. Hold it right. Let her go. Watch the right foot of Quincy. Boom. Right off the ankle. And watch Jimmy Howard. See, you see it, and we'll show it again. He makes a move like it's coming a different direction, and then like it catches him. Strangely, I'm pretty sure that fooled him because it hit the ankle of Kyle Quincy.
So we're all even as Nicholas Grossman brings it to center. To the far side. Giroux put it back in down low. Round the board, check, couldn't pick it up. Grossman coming over. Voracek held off a check, gave it to Giroux. The goal scorer put a shot in front that hit Nyquist's leg. Flyers keep it in. Giroux again. Played it across. That shot way off target. Zetterberg was bumped. Giroux is back to get it. An applicator went for him. Strike for Philadelphia. Conwall couldn't pick it up. Knocked away by Datsuk.
Oh, there's an interference call. Oh, yeah.
They both have it. As Nyquist brings it in and deflected up into the netting and out of play.
Well, this is just good hustle on Pavel Datsuk's part to try to jump into a rush that would have given them a 3-on-2. And the Flyers,
Philly number 28, 2 minutes interference.
without argument, will go to the penalty box. It is Giroux. And he knew it. Pavel Datsuk had a jump on him, and he just put a noose on him. You see him reaching out there. His feet aren't moving. He's at the end of a shift, and that's all she wrote. And back to Jimmy again, guys. Watch it. Look at, see how his body language right there with his left arm, his catching glove. That puck definitely deflected and changed directions. It stands. It looks like it's a bad goal, but it wasn't.
Kindle couldn't pick it up as it bounced over his stick, so here comes Couturier in. Good recovery, though, as Tatar came back and cut him off there along with Riley Sheahan. Kindle. As Datsuk will circle back. Red Wings on a bell tire power play in a 1-1 tie. Weiss shoots it around. Datsuk near side, spins back with it, left it there for Sheahan. Datsuk put it back to the line for Tatar. Now to Datsuk, quickly back to Tatar. Down low, Kindle, back in front, Weiss, Tatar, saved by Mason. Nice play by Stephen Weiss Tipped it back to Tatar the chance. Mason the save.
What an execution that was. Oh, my goodness. That was a dandy save and a bang-bang play.
Datsyuk will go off. Howard telling Kronwall that. He backed up and now will head up ice to Zetterberg. Into the Philadelphia zone. He's had great success against the Flyers. Zetterberg in back of the net. Along with Abdelkader. Tried to go back Franzen's way. Came in to help. Moving in on it. Kronwall kept it alive. Franzen. Down low Abdelkader. Zetterberg near boards. Bounces down in front. Abdelkader tried to find it. Couldn't. To the line. Kept in. Zetterberg. Shooting one off the stick of Grossman over top of the net. Johan Franzen with 15 to go on the power play. Zetterberg, a right wing faceoff circle. Moving in, half boards, backs out, looks in front. Nyquist couldn't handle it. Kronwall fakes a shot. 3 to go in the power play. Franzen, Zetterberg, hot potato, settles down. Flyers back at full strength. And as Giroux's out of the box, they bang away in front. And Nyquist had it go off a stick and high. Carried back in by Lott. Shot deflected over top of the goal. Quincy got a stick on that.
Edwin got away with 6 on the ice. Big time. Wow.
Nyquist went over the stick of Glendening. Right back in came Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Bellemare turning. He was checked. Nyquist brings it out. Gains the line. Kaiser to the goal. Saved by Mason. Glendening put it back in. Bellemare played it back. Strike. Fumbled it at the line, but the Flyers still with that puck. Looking to get a shot. Vinny Lecavalier couldn't get one. Going back to the line. Off a change. The shot got blocked. Turning with it is McDonald. Blocked by Quincy. Carried on Voracek, but the play goes offside in a 1-1 second period. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit Plus, presented by Bell Tire. From 2006 to 2012 with Florida, Stephen Weiss averaged 19 goals and 53 points. Our Red Wings player fact brought to you by Motor City Casino. Let's look at Stephen's goals in the second game of the season. First game back with 2.
Well, that was 2 that night and 2 in Grand Rapids in 2 games the weekend before, and then 1 tonight. So a pretty good roll for Mr. Weiss. Back in 2000-2001, Stephen Weiss played for the Plymouth Whalers and had 40 goals and 87 points.
And was drafted 4th overall by Florida in 2001. 4 20-goal seasons to his credit. And a career high of 28 back in 09-10. Giroux with a shot up high. Howard will hold on.
That one was a bit of a funny shot, too, off of Giroux. I mean, Giroux is coming into tonight's game at 93 shots on goal, leading the league by far. I mean, he shoots it from anywhere, and he's got a good wrist shot. And again, here he basically just uses the defenseman as a try to screen him, and Jimmy Howard had trouble. If you look at what's going on at the other end of the ice with Mason getting banged into, Red Wings may have gotten away with one there.
And that goal that Giroux scored was the first for the Philadelphia Flyers on the road in 8 periods and a little bit. More than 161 minutes they'd gone without a road goal back to November 15th at Montreal. So they score one here, and we're tied at 1. Tatar brought it back in, but it's offside. As Roulette in ahead on the left side.
We were looking at Mason Ken get knocked around here. Watch what he does. He's got no blocker. So what is he going to do? To heck with that. I'm stopping the play. That's a penalty. Well, good for him. He got away with it. I haven't got a glove. They would have stopped it anyway. The goalie. I mean, they don't want the goalies to get hurt.
Well,
No
the
mask.
mask for
No
sure.
mask. No glove. They're stopping the play. Come on. These two guys in the studio are laughing like crazy. Going, you got to be kidding me. In our day, you had to get run over by a bus to stop the play.
Well, you won't be able to do it on those 2-on-0 breakaways anymore. We had that
Right.
earlier. In the American League, won't happen anymore. Nyquist tries to cut off Reed in the corner. Back at center ice, Del Zotto. On defense with Schultz.
Flyers look pretty darn good, boy. I mean, they're in a 1-1 game here halfway through. They're playing with some confidence.
Glendening intercepted that rush. After a 5-game stretch where the Flyers went 3-2, they scored 18 goals. The next 4 have gone 1-2-1. They scored only 6. And they've been shut out twice, so they've been hit and miss.
Really streaky. They had a bad streak going not long before the Red Wings went in there, and they thought they might catch them because they had some injuries. But no.
Flyers in a stretch of 7 of 8 games away from home. De Kaiser with a shot. Mason the save. The rebound. Scores! Yurko!
What a shot by Yurko. Might have been a knuckleball. You've seen that Mason shot. Oh, no wonder. Went right between the legs of Del Zotto, who was in the process of knocking Drew Miller out of the way. That one he stopped. He had no sight line at all. You can see that thing's behind him. Made the stop there. Oh boy, Glendenning's lucky he didn't get called for interference. He was pushed in a bit, but the new goaltender, they could argue there that he couldn't move to make a save. But no, and it's 2-1 for the home team.
And a bouncer that Kronwall will go back and chase. Well, Helm, Weiss, and Datsuk against the Giroux unit with Voracek and Shen. Jonathan Ayres tapped it back for Kronwall. Now Philadelphia will make a change and the Red Wings follow. Kaiser getting the lone assist at 10:18. Wayne Simmons with Raffle and Scott Laughton. Moved at the line by Streit. Howard will hold it.
Tatar's happy for that. He gave his stick to Kronwall, bailed him out, and Jimmy Howard says, enough of this stuff. That's the end of that. 8:45 to go in the second. Yurko has made it 2-1.
What makes it special is the best dressing of all time. And the best sweet potatoes, just the preparation and the love, the amount of red wine and the preparation process.
And he's all alone at Thanksgiving. The Red Wings will fly out tomorrow night, but his wife and his son's playing hockey in Fargo, and his wife's going with the girls to see him, so he'll spend it alone.
The favorite recipe to hosting a dinner party is what he said. Give your guests lots of red wine before you feed them. Everything tastes good after that.
Is that what you'll be doing tomorrow for me?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm in. Here comes Abdelkader. Poked it in back of the goal. Nyquist being hooked.
Oh, boy. Right in front of the referee down low, but the guy from center catches it.
Dan O'Halloran caught it.
Okay. Now, again, just like Datsuk on Giroux earlier in this period, moving his feet.
93 Philly, 2 minutes holding.
And Voracek here is going to go because Nyquist kept moving his feet. And that's the happy feet of Gus Nyquist. He just never stops moving his feet. He stays in there, blocked him off from getting there, and that really forced Voracek again. He's reaching around there. He's much bigger than Nyquist, and he doesn't much like it, but the Red Wings will take it.
And on a power play, Datsuk scores! Pavel Datsuk!
easy, eh, Pavel? Voracek's really sour coming out of the box. Missed 10 days, 4 games. Important thing here, you win a face-off. And Datsyuk through some traffic beats Mason. Did it hit anybody? Boy, Franzen did a nice job to screen. I don't think he got a piece of it. Although, or Sheahan rather, not Franzen. And Mason again has absolutely no sight line on this puck. That's a marvelous job by the guys in front of the net. There it was Sheahan. Boy, oh boy. Pavel says, thank you so much. And the goaltending change is being made. The Flyers, I don't understand this. If for nothing else, it's because, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this.
Well, Ray Emery was marvelous in the 4-2 win against the Red Wings. Remember that night? He faced 37 shots. Stopped 34 of them.
I mean, Weiss's goal is a screen and a redirection on a deflection.
Maybe just get the team going.
That's the only thing I can think of. Yurko's goal completely screened. That one completely screened. So, I don't know.
2 goals in a minute 29 for the Red Wings. Pavel Datsyuk from Kindle. Kindle with 2 assists tonight.
Good for him.
11 minutes, 47 seconds in the second period. Datsyuk with a power play.
The Wings power play continues to pay dividends. Out here, 2-on-1.
Raffles in. Oh, goal post. And a penalty upcoming to the Red Wings.
Rick Simmons, it went down hard.
Yeah.
And he's trying to gather himself. Boy, he hit the backboards hard. Play started at the Philadelphia blue line where they chipped it past.
Detroit number 65, 2 minutes for interference.
The Kaiser's going to pay the price here for interference, but full-blown 2-on-1. They wrap it off the goalpost on the short side. Red Wings play this thing, outside of the post, basically. And see, Miller's back because one defenseman is caught pinching. And the Kaiser shoves Simmons down awkwardly and gets a penalty for it.
Red Wings win that face-off, get it right down the ice. So their power play goal in the season series, Detroit, that's their first in 6 tries against Philadelphia. 1 for 3 tonight. Simmons will go after it as Giroux and Schenn and Voracek and Streit. Job by Jonathan Ericsson. Abdelkader goes off. Miller comes on. Along with Helm. Angle Streit. Played back. Sent in by Claude Giroux. Flyers power play 7th in the league. Save made by Howard. Rebound Voracek. Back to the line. Giroux. Played it back further for Streit. Jake Voracek. Tied for the league lead in points coming into the game tonight. Has the puck again, top of the circle. Takes a shot, hit a body. Giroux with it. Back to the line for Streit. There's a shot. It's blocked by Helm. There's a race, but Helm's tired. He'll go off. Moved ahead for Claude Giroux. Stopped there by Glendening. Now back for McDonald. Sent back in, but right around here to Kronwall with some time now as Philadelphia changing. So Kronwall takes his time. Quincy. Tipped out of the air by Glendening. 10 seconds remaining in the Danny DeKeyser penalty. Michael Del Zotto left it there. Carried further. Sean Couturier. Not fighting on that one. Glendening will send it back. Ray Emery is taking over for Steve Mason. Sent in by Del Zotto. We'll have it come right back to him again as the Red Wings are back at full strength. Flyers 0 for 3 in the power play. Point shot Del Zotto knocked down in front by Ouellette. Sent down ice by Nyquist. at the other end.
Here we
Quincy
go.
dropping the gloves.
Who challenged him?
Couturier.
Couturier challenged him to go after they came together in front of the net, and every seat in this building is empty. At the thought of a fight.
Red Wings second after Smith got into one.
Courier's got a big, long reach over Quincy, but Quincy's a big, strong boy. That's about the end of this, baby. This should be getting. They're both getting pretty tired now. They're done. Out of gas. Tough way to make a living, gang. Red Wings racking them up here. 3-1. They lead it. 2 straight goals here. 5:07 to go in the second period.
Coming up in our intermission report brought to you by MGM Grand Detroit, as the Wings have taken a 3-1 lead here in the second period. We'll break down the second goal scored by Detroit tonight. And the goalies to the left of me will talk of the Flyers' decision to pull their starting goalie, Steve Mason, tonight. Is it too soon? Ray Emery now in against the Red Wings as we send it back to Ken and Mick upstairs.
Well, it was Steve Mason's 5th consecutive start. He faced the Red Wings more than any other opponent in his career. It was Emery who won the first encounter in Philadelphia. So 5 for fighting. Quincy and Couturier will be done for the period. Has under 5 left in it. Right in front of his own goal by Ouellette. Worked out okay. It was tipped by Shan. Back for Kindle. Move quickly here. Franzen to Tatar, but they got crossed up and it's offside.
I'm not sure if these guys go to the box. I'm not even sure if they did.
Oh, they're done for the period.
Yeah. The guy really got loose. Do any damage. Surprised the linesmen stayed out as long as they did.
So Mason allowed 3 on 14 shots. You see Philadelphia with only 10 in the game. Some iron not included in that. Play back behind the Philadelphia net. Flyers have lost their last 5 road games. They've struggled on the road at just 2-6-1. They've been shut out 3 times away from home. They've averaged just 2.1 goals for per game away from Philadelphia. Not only in a stretch of 7 of 8, but Philadelphia's 14 of their next 19 away from the city of brotherly love. Well, the Red Wings from now until Christmas will only play 3 on the road. On the time to come see him here at the Joe. Shot stopped and over top of the net off the rebound. And there's another injured Flyer slow to get up. It's Voracek.
Tipped in the face somehow in that pile-up to the right of Jimmy Howard. Yeah, the Red Wings will go through their own issue with the schedule in January and February. And that's why they need to make hay here at home. The 11 of their next 14 at home. Voracek got clipped way up high by DeKeyser. Some part of DeKeyser might have hit his mouth on his helmet.
Well, the Red Wings home record mix 7-2-2. Only Nashville and Minnesota with fewer home losses. So they've been very good in this building.
They need to continue to be very good because at Christmas time, the end of the year, roughly it's the halfway point of the year, they're going to have 8 more home games than road games. So they need to make hay. In the next 11 games at home, out of 14, we need to win 8 of them and go 500 on the road to be happy.
Zetterberg backhands one. Voracek for the Flyers. 3 of them breaking in. Giroux goes to the goal. Shen wants it. He's got it. He shoots it. Missed the net. Nicely set up by the Flyers. Zetterberg for Abdelkader. Abdelkader and Strike come together. Zetterberg back of the net. Braden Shen on him. Took a shot, hit that broken stick.
You hear that noise? Sure didn't sound like wood.
No, it wasn't.
Aluminum or whatever that is.
That nearly, Emery wasn't sure, but he's got it off the Nyquist attempt.
Okie dokie, gang. Get a $59 fan pack when the Wings take on the Panthers of Florida Tuesday, December 2nd. Or see them battle the Stars Thursday from Dallas, December the 4th. You get 2 tickets, 2 food vouchers, 2 soft drinks. For tickets, call 313-471-7575. Ticket executives are standing by. Big week coming up. Florida Tuesday. Sunday, Vancouver. Thursday, Dallas. And following Saturday, the New York Rangers. So big week. Talking to Kenny Holland the other night. Figured, you got 4 straight home games, Sunday to Saturday, and they're thinking they got to win 3 of those 4 to get the numbers that I talked about.
Sheahan gets waved out, so Franzen comes in. Sheahan went back for Tatar. Sheahan's got it again. Kindle at the right point, backhands it deep. Riley Sheahan hustles in, McDonald on him. Sheahan's got it. McDonald gave him a push, goes behind to Franzen. Wraparound try, saved by Emery. Another shot. Emery stopped that.
All of that because of Riley Sheahan.
Boy, at that end, 2 number 93s, Voracek in the first, and now Franzen at similar opportunities. Just the same way. Kindle shot. Tatar behind the goal. Fired one that got deflected. So the faceoff will stay in the Philadelphia zone with under 2 to go in the second.
Take a look at that. One of those 2 chances you referred to, and it's Franzen on some great work by Riley Sheahan. Easy stop there for Emery. Not so on the rebound. And there's a look at the Eastern Conference as 2 divisions, and you see Detroit there in the 3rd spot right now, but more importantly, right down there, you see the Flyers with 19 points. Detroit wins tonight. They go to 29. 10 points is a lot of room. They go up 9 on Florida, although Florida has a couple games at hand. So it's been a pretty good run, and there's a little bit of separation, which is good for the Red Wings, if you're a Red Wings fan.
Belmar couldn't connect with Schultz, who was coming late. Ray Emery for Del Zotto. Missed everyone and will result in an icing against Philadelphia.
Stay tuned to Red Wings Live following the game, where we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's new fresh baked McCafe blueberry muffin ski. Okay, how do you like that?
Is the Muffinsky the Redmond gluten-free kind?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Here's Weiss. Oh, at the goal post. He's gone the rebound.
Oh my God.
Datsuk again.
Look at. Oh my.
Well, all 3 centers in on that one.
The magic hands of Pavel Datsuk. Hand-eye coordination, middle of the air. You watch this thing. Weiss takes a wiffle ball shot at it. Helm off the goalpost. Datsuk's eyes got big as saucers. Look at this. Well, it hit the ice, actually. But then he gets it right out of midair. A one-hopper. No problem, says the Magic Man.
And you know what was really neat about that? He didn't try to fire it.
He waited.
He waited and just sort of lifted it right where he had to put it.
He opened the blade up.
Yeah.
So almost like he was going to let it sit on the blade, and he'll do that in practice a lot too, and basically just lifted it into the wide open net.
I know we sound surprised. We shouldn't be, really.
Remember I said on the open when we talked about Datsuk, he usually brings you out of your chair.
Good save by Emery there off Nyquist.
And he did right there again. Oh, boy.
So Darren Helm gets the primary assist. Weiss the secondary helper. So Pavel with 2 goals. Weiss with a goal and an assist. Helm with 2 assists as Howard holds on.
Well, let's go right with the Magic Man. Your local Toyota dealer brings you the scouting report on number 13, Pavel Datsyuk. 835 games in the National Hockey League coming in tonight. 815 points. Now he's got 13 points in 10.66 games.
So you were saying about his line mates?
His line mates?
Not too bad.
No kidding.
I mean, it's going to be an adjustment, and yet
for sure.
He still gets a couple.
Oh, Mike Babcock will be the happiest surprise guy in the world because he wasn't sure what was going to happen with Datsyuk being out so long, and even for Pavel, it's not easy. They're in the right place at the right time here, which is good. Good for him and good for Stephen Weiss again. And for all purposes, they're on a third line.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Pavel Datsyuk on a third line? That's what Riley Sheahan gives you as the buzzer goes here. That ability to move people around. Like, holy smoke. Some great options for Mike Babcock. And Red Wing fans saluting their team. 4-1, they're up after 40 minutes of play and no time to take your foot off the gas either.
John, take it away. Red Wings by 3 to start the third period. And it's fee-free weekend. Pay no service fees on tickets purchased to all December home games here at the Joe when you buy Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Visit DetroitRedWings.com for full details. Some restrictions may apply. 2-goal night. Pavel Datsyuk in his return to the lineup after missing 4 with a groin injury. Little sniff there to get set for the third. He has consecutive goals. And they've added an assist to Kyle Quincy on Thomas Yurko's goal. So Yurko from DeKaiser and Quincy, who's now a goal away from a Gordie Howe hat trick. Held in by Kronwall. Zetterberg. That went off Emery, who replaced Mason in that second period. A race for that loose puck. Kronwall got back, swung one wide. Red Wings will make a change. 30 seconds gone in the third. Claude Giroux got the lone Flyers goal. Unassisted. It tied the game early in the second period. First road goal in a long time for Philadelphia, a team that struggled away from home. Datsyuk played one ahead. Datsyuk with Helm and Weiss. Weiss is another goal tonight. Helm a couple of assists. Datsyuk with 2 goals. DeKaiser back for Kyle Quincy. Stephen Weiss just banked one off the kick plate out to center and right back in by Philadelphia. Left there for Tatar. Back for Franzen. Grossman knocked it away. Hindle took a stab at the puck at center as Reed gets it deep for Philadelphia. Reed out there along with Umberger and Couturier. Andrew MacDonald, the Flyers defenseman, passed out to center, brought back in by Shea. Checked by Reed. At center for R.J. Umberger and the second-time Flyer. Former Blue Jacket gets it in. He was acquired for Scott Hartnell in a deal. Xavier Ouellette turned in back of the goal. Checked in there. Umberger's got him tied up. And Ouellette came out of that crowd with the puck. For Tatar. Flipped it ahead. Knocked down by Yurko. Takes the shot. Save made. Rebound. As Glendening went looking for that loose puck. The Red Wings' fourth line is out. Return to Datsyuk. Yurko dropped down to the fourth line and got himself a goal. As Anderson was scratched tonight.
Well, when you throw Stephen Weiss into the lineup and productive in the lineup, you get a whole lot more options going down your bench for Mike Babcock and his coaches. And there is who he has chosen to play together tonight with Datsyuk coming back. Center equals, what do you got there by Flagstaff? How about that?
Flagstar Bank Star Watch.
Could all use a little bit of that vitamin C right about now. The way they're going tonight, 3 of the 4 goals. Pretty good stuff.
Abdelkader with Zetterberg and Nyquist out for the Red Wings. Endo's pass for Abdelkader was nowhere near him, and this will result in an icing.
Well, the Red Wings will have an off day tomorrow. It's a travel day. It's not an off day in the sense of the one that they bargained for through the Players Association, but at this point in time and the way they've been playing tonight, as long as they hang on here, it's been a good night for them. They will not skate tomorrow. And as Ken mentioned earlier, they'll go into New Jersey later in the day and have a good skate Friday morning and get ready for the Devils on Friday evening.
Flyers just won another faceoff, and they've controlled the night in that regard. Good save by Howard. That changed direction, got his left pad down.
6:30 pregame, by the way, on Friday night out of New Jersey.
Pavel Datsyuk.
7 o'clock, Penny, sorry, 7 o'clock puck drop, and that's on regular Fox Sports Detroit.
Pavel Datsyuk, who returns tonight, back out there now. 73% on faceoffs, best of the Red Wing lot tonight. And the Red Wings came into the game second best in the league in faceoffs at nearly 54%, and that's without Pavel for the most part. So the rest have done pretty well in his absence, and Pavel picking up the slack tonight when the others haven't done so well. And Helm's been playing wing. He's been very good on the draw. Went to leave it there for Datsyuk, didn't work, and Emery will just hold it with Pavel lurking.
You know, getting Stephen Weiss back healthy, and if he continues to produce the way, I mean, he's not going to produce the way he's produced the last 2 games, but it's like making a trade. You haven't had him for a year and a half. So you had a guy like that with his background that you talked about before, the record he put up in Florida, and the reason they signed him to a 5-year deal, it really, really opens up your line matching and you place people together.
He's now in his 13th season, Stephen Weiss, and to think about it, he's only played 7 playoff games in his career. That was all in one series in 2012 with Florida. So he's, hurt last season. He's just itching to get back. Kindle over Franzen's stick. Long stretch pass for Simmons. Willette stays with him. Big power forward Simmons, tough to contain. Willette did a nice job. Then came free, and Franzen got it out to center. Colburn. Chased by Glendening. Reverse that to McDonald. Right up the middle as the Flyers get it to center. Colburn carries on. And his stick went in half. I don't think he ever had right control of it. The way he was handling it, maybe knew it was going to break. Yurko gets in. Strike. His pass went astray, and the Red Wings able to get it quickly. Right back up here to Zetterberg. Miller to the goal. Couldn't get him the puck. Sent back in by Miller. Yurko in front, off the skate before it could reach Zetterberg. Umberger couldn't get away. Matt Reed on the right wing for the Flyers into the glove of Jimmy Howard. Well, yesterday the Red Wings players visited Children's Hospital of Michigan. The entire team attended along with Mike Babcock, making room-to-room visits throughout Children's Hospital. Since 2005, Mike Babcock has hosted a patient from Children's Hospital every home game here at the Joe, and the Red Wings do so much behind the scenes this endeavor. They do a wonderful job out in the community throughout the entire season.
Well, that's not something new. They've been doing that for a long time here. It's part of the fabric of the Detroit Red Wings and who they are and what they represent. And anybody who comes into this organization from elsewhere, whether it be through the draft of Grand Rapids or through trade or free agent signing like Weiss, understands right off the hop exactly what your responsibilities are, and you buy in real quick here. So these Red Wings and anybody connected with them are revered in this state, boy, wherever you go. Red Wing fans everywhere, and it's a great place the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit to be in the game of hockey.
And really, when you look at it, Weiss, Gustafson, Cleary, just a few on this Red Wing team that really hasn't been homegrown by the Red Wings, either a draft pick or given an opportunity who had never played elsewhere. Guys like Brian Lashock, etc. Danny DeKeyser, signed but from the area. And really, 20 players on this roster, pretty much homegrown.
Yeah, that's what you have to do in today's world of few free agents and salary.
And the draft picks.
And the draft picks, right? Well, with Detroit, you mean? Yeah. They've only had 2 top 20s in about 25 years. LaPointe and Kindle.
Well, Dylan Larkin lately, but yeah.
I mean, they're playing.
Yeah,
they're played up here.
Yeah, right.
Crowd getting a little antsy and roused up. It's Friday night. That's an offside. Wings are well in control with 12:32 to go, and it's pre-Thanksgiving evening.
And when we come back, we'll show you how they got in control.
U-verse rewind. Stephen Weiss, nice little tip in right there from a shot off the stick of Darren Helm, his third. And then Yurko threw a jam. No sight line there. And then Datsuk again. Screenshot makes it 3-1, and then Datsuk on a one-hopper out of midair makes it look easy. The magic hands were in motion there. 4-1. Detroit leads with 12:29 to go in the third, and they've kept the pressure on here, Ken, in the third period with their forecheck, and really haven't allowed Philadelphia to come out very often like this.
Howard knocked that aside. The Red Wings came into the game 9th in goals against in the National Hockey League. Flyers shots tonight. Picked up by Xavier Ouellet. Long pass for Sheahan. Knocked down by Coburn. Abdelkader. Nyquist and Zetterberg. Went right to Howard, so no icing. Jonathan Ericsson chased by Schenn. Nyquist slowed at center by Giroux. Able to get to that puck again, and now Philadelphia nearly gave it up to Nyquist. Jake Voracek gets it in. Ericsson takes over for the Red Wings. Abdelkader nudged it to center ice. Strike for the Flyers. Picks it up. Jake Voracek missed it. Keeps on going. Tripped up by Kronwall at the line, then the linesman went down. Abdelkader takes a bouncer into the Flyers zone. Won't have enough steam to get over for icing. As Michael Del Zotto's back to get it. To lead the Flyers attack to center. Just under 11 minutes to go in the third period. Quincy put it in back of the goal. The Flyers able to recover and then coughed it up. Gave it to Yurko. Grossman knocked it down. Quincy right back for Detroit. Knocked out of the air by Glendening as Drew Miller goes in after. Miller on Schultz. To the other side, Reed and Glendening. Schultz tried to knock the stick out of Yurko's hands. Yurko again in for Glendening. Schultz goes after him. Schultz playing in career game 900 tonight. Into the slot. That was knocked away. Another try there by Yurko. DeKeyser tried to go cross crease. Another one. This will be grabbed by Emery.
3 for a quarter by DeKeyser. Half a period to go. Red Wings hits of the night are brought to you by Timberland Pro. Voracek and Zach Ronaldo in a lot of them. Ronaldo, the tough guy, likes to fight for Philadelphia, although he didn't get in the only fight of this game. Quincy on the other end of that big hit, and then Quincy got in the fight with Couturier after a mix-up in front of the net. And tonight in Pittsburgh, it's 3-3 Toronto and Pittsburgh. They called a timeout, and Sidney Crosby, Marc-Andre Fleury, and the big Russian, Evgeny Malkin, decided to check out the action here at Joe Louis Arena. Way to go, boys.
Nice. Never seen him look better.
Well, they thought they'd check in on Thanksgiving Eve at the Joe. I don't think they've ever played in one here.
Shot in that Howard will hold on to.
Ooh. Flyer of the Penguins on a pretty good roll right now. The top of the NHL.
Crosby with 29 points, tied with Voracek coming into play tonight. Pittsburgh leading their division with the New York Islanders, who are off to a great start too, right there with them with 30 points. Red Wings hanging on tonight, can improve to 29 points. Would be the Red Wings' 4th win in the past 5 games.
I was just going to say, kind of quietly, they're, putting together a pretty darn good run here.
Yep.
But I think they're happy that it's kind of quietly.
Del Zotto's shot, Howard the save. Franzen will pick it up. Franzen carries through. Cuts back to the middle. Roulette had joined him on the attack and slapped it in back of the goal. Del Zotto for Philadelphia. Wayne Simmons. Couldn't connect. Delayed offside. Kindle just looped one high to center. Right back into Howard, who will take the face-off.
Finish your Thanksgiving weekend the same way you started. At the Joe. Don't miss our next home game Sunday, November 30th.
Pavel Datsyuk with 2 goals tonight. He scored one of the 2 in the loss in Philadelphia. Mentioned the Red Wings have lost 9 straight in Philly. Nothing like what Calgary hasn't managed to do in Anaheim. 19 straight losses by the Flames in Anaheim. That's a lot of losing for one team versus another.
Yeah, it is. They haven't lost many, Calgary. Boy, they're impressing everybody. On the positive side so far this year, another cover-up by Jimmy Howard. And a moment ago, Raffl hurt himself trying to hit Johan Franzen. Sometimes the guy's giving a hit. Watch this hit coming. There's Raffl. He's running into Franzen right here. And a lot of times the guy giving the hit's the one that ends up getting the worst of it. You see, he crimps off, banged up. He hurt himself. Franzen's no worse for wear at all. So
now it's an upper body. Raffl had the foot injury for 8 games, just returned tonight. Franzen maybe got clipped a little bit. Well, he did right there. That won't keep him out of the game, though.
Well, the new rules, you can't play with any dripping blood. That's an icing, rather. Old days, you just put a little butterfly Band-Aid on that thing, and that's all she wrote. Amazing how the eye sockets protect the eye in 99.9% of the situations, boys. With all the sticks and pucks flying around over the years, you wonder how more guys, especially without visors in the old days, didn't get hurt, especially the goalies.
Oh, yeah. Glendening won that face-off from Claude Giroux, one of the best in the National Hockey League. Giroux came into the game 2nd in face-offs taken and 1st in face-offs won in the NHL. Glendening in just his 2nd season as a centerman. He's learning on the job, and he's a quick learner.
17 minutes and change for Giroux after 2. Unbelievable.
Shot just wide from Giroux.
Penalty coming up.
As Emery goes to the bench for an extra skater. Red Wings touch. A little extra here.
Simmons. He likes to go. He's a big, tall drink of water, boy. Oh, skinny guy, but he can handle himself with the Dukes, and Ericsson's not afraid of that either. So Pavel Datsyuk now has 7 goals with 2 tonight.
Detroit number 55, 2 minutes for holding.
Our big play of the game by Big Boy, and we'll take a look at this first. A little chin music with Schenn, and here comes Simmons, and B-52. He's going to the box. Erickson. The next whistle will get our big boy plays of the game. Wait a minute.
Cronwall went.
Cronwall went? Okay. I heard him say Erickson. His partner, one of the two.
So Philadelphia on a power play. Loose there, scores Voracek.
Well, the Red Wings scored seconds after a power play started, and in this one only 12 seconds for the Flyers to make it a 4-2 game. So that gives them life. And Voracek now with his 30th point on top of the NHL. If Crosby's got nothing tonight in Pittsburgh and that 3-3 game in Toronto. Right through and off of Jimmy Howard and up into the net. He almost got a piece of it. Actually, I don't think Voracek got as much on it as he wanted, but nonetheless, it's a 4-2 game.
Actually, Voracek was in the box when the Red Wings scored seconds into his power play, and he scores a power play goal.
And after that, he got chatted with quickly by Craig Berube, too. He didn't think he took a penalty that was very wise. So the Flyers with some life. Let's see what they do with it. It's a big follow-up shift for Detroit, and it's Weiss, Datsuk, and Helm.
That went over the stick of Scott Laughton, 49 for the Flyers. Out there with Michael Raffl and Wayne Simmons. Another save by Howard. That's a big stop. Didn't want a 4-3 game that quickly. Simmons and Giroux assisting on the Voracek power play goal at 12:25. Make it a 4-2 game. Philadelphia 1 for 4 on the power play. Played over here for Abdelkader. Skipped off the stick. Over Zetterberg's stick. Matt Reed for Philly. Couldn't get anywhere. Here comes Abdelkader as the Flyers in the midst of a change. Nyquist kicked it ahead to his stick and off a body and wide. Braden Coburn. Flyer defenseman zigged, the other zagged, and it's offside.
Okay, now let's get to our big plays of the game. It's Pavel Datsuk. 5 goals in 10 games coming in. 6 goals in 10.2 games. 7 goals in 10.66 games after 2 periods. Our big boy plays of the game. Look at that beauty. Hands, midair. Oh boy, he's fun to watch.
So Pavel Datsuk now with 15 points in 11 games against Philadelphia in his career. 9 goals in 11 games against the Flyers.
Well, it's good for the Red Wings right now as they're getting contributions from different guys at different times. So that's why they're being able to win a lot more than they're losing.
Backhander, Howard got that one.
When they all go dry at once, you got to worry about it.
Giroux couldn't connect with Voracek as Glendening got in his way. Drew Miller will tip it.
That's
on his own
icing.
side of center, though.
Yeah. It's a very strange icing. You don't see him like that very often, but both teams have their timeouts left. I don't know if Mike Babcock will choose to use his now or not.
Shots this period are 10-3 for Philadelphia. Had that 4-1 lead over Ottawa. The Senators made it too close for comfort. And the goal early in the third. And one that came a little bit too late for the 4-3 final last game. Wayne Simmons on the right wing. Quincy backhands one. Sheahan had a turn back. Driving Flyers kept it alive. Simmons now forces Quincy. Franzen patiently gave back to Quincy. No one to give it to, just dumped it off the boards into the Flyer bench. So with that, we'll step out. Red Wings lead by 2.
Yurko with the second goal of the night will be our Miller moment. Brought to you by Miller Lite, as we promised earlier in the game. Number 2 for Yurko, and a beautiful shot through a gang of people, nicely set up. Back to the point. He goes to the net and is rewarded with a big, juicy rebound and got lots of help in front there by Glendening. Yes, he's in the way of Mason, and that's all she wrote for Mason after that. Our Miller moment of the game. Goal by Yurko.
Helm awkwardly blocked that strike shot. Seems to be hobbling a little bit. Denning will go off. He was on there for some face-off insurance. His death suit with Weiss and Helm. Philadelphia goes offside.
Voracek.
Giroux's team, as much as the Red Wings haven't had success in Philadelphia, Greg Berube's squad has lost 9 of their past 11 in this building, but have won 2 of the past 4 here. Well, the wins have come more recently. Backhanded in by Coburn. Kindle nearly coughed that one up. Point shot through a crowd wide of the net. Xavier Ouellette, second effort, down the ice it goes. Holding puck at Coburn settles. Forced there by Nyquist, along with Abdelkader, who got a piece of it. And then the ricochet off Zetterberg from Schenn kept it in the Flyers zone as Emery has to deflect it aside. Red Wings in the midst of a change. Braden Coburn for Philadelphia. Not one up, tipped at center. Back comes Tatar. Over the head of Emery. Even when Tatar sends
He's like a wind-up toy, isn't he?
Puck in, yeah, he's got a little dance in his step there. Sheahan.
Oh, he's an animated little son of a gun, isn't he?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Tatar will have it now near side. To Kaiser. Ahead for Yurko. Emery came out to play it. Yurko able to knock it down. Went in front for Tatar. Didn't get there. Quick thinking.
You know, Yurko's out there again. He's got himself a goal cannon. It wasn't just a few games ago where he'd sat out for 3 or 4 games. Was given an opportunity to go back in the lineup by Babcock, and he could have been sent down without going on waivers. So he's making the best of his opportunity. So that's a good thing for Red Wing fans that all these guys are coming to life at the right time, boy.
And that staying, because he could have gone down without waivers, was a wake-up call all in itself.
Right. That's right.
Because it cost them Andre Nestrasil.
Right.
Kronwall has to hustle.
Net's empty.
Flyers have pulled their netminder with just under 3 to go. Giroux. Voracek, Schenn, Simmons, forwards for Philadelphia. Coburn, saved by Howard. Abdelkader's lost his helmet. Schultz with a shot, loose in front, banged away by Zetterberg. It'll go wide of the empty net and will be an icing against Detroit.
Well, I think you'll get a timeout for sure now, probably by Mike Babcock. As Jim Howard once again is in the right place at the right time. Braden Coburn is a big, big drink of water. 6'5", 200 pounds and change, and ripped one through. Although Jimmy was able to see that easily make a blocker save. Traffic was all to his right. And Philadelphia has used the timeout. They want to set up their power play. And while they do that, we'll let you know to join us again Friday when the Red Wings head to New Jersey to take on the Devils. Coverage begins at 6:30. Red Wings Live. That's Red Wings and Devils, Friday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. And if you're out there and home for the holidays, we hope that you all have a very happy Thanksgiving to kick off the holiday season, and a safe one at that.
Here, here.
Big day tomorrow and Black Friday on Friday. The Canadians have heard they adopted Black Friday. They're doing stuff over there now, which is pretty cool. You picked it up, why not?
Yeah.
5, 6 o'clock. Some of them have been lined up for a couple of weeks, but I'm not sure about that.
Not either.
There's only one item left that they're giving away for $2. But anyway, we'll be there. Pick up a few chainsaws or axes or stuff like that. Hunting gear, what the heck. Happy hunting, gang. Enjoy your venison too.
So the captains will face off. Kick back by Zetterberg. Voracek knocks it down. Nyquist, good effort. Carries to center. He's got an empty net. Couldn't get it away though. Abdelkader hooked. Overlooked. Nyquist, good hustle.
Such a strong skater, Nyquist, for a little guy. Strong legs, very quick.
Played back to the point. Delzato. Shot didn't get through. Red Wings in the lanes. Nyquist got it to the line, but not out. Played over by Delzato. Point shot, save, rebound, Voracek back in front. Zetterberg for the Red Wings. Giroux able to hold it in only momentarily. Nyquist ahead to Zetterberg. Empty net, he hits. 5-2 Red Wings. And you know, Mick, it's been a long time for Henrik Zetterberg. First in 10 games. I know it's an empty net, but even for him.
Yep. And sometimes it's all it takes to get your confidence back. Just sometimes it seems like the back of that net is on the moon. He was pretty direct about where he was going. He hit that baby right down the middle. So Wayne Simmons, there's $200 down the drain right there. How do you really feel about it, Wayne? Well, that'll put a wrap on this baby. 1:16 to go, and the Red Wings continue their hot play. Boy, oh boy, now go to 29 points. Montreal Canadiens lead the league with 33, so Detroit with only 5 regulation losses. The only teams better than that are Anaheim with 4 losses, Pittsburgh with 4 regulation losses. The Nashville Predators have 5 like Detroit. So, like I said, very quietly, the Red Wings have had a really, really good first quarter of the season.
And again, very few home losses, third fewest. They're going to improve to 8-2-2 in front of the sellout crowds here at Joe Louis Arena. And urging them on right to the end. Riley Sheahan dumped it out. Next home date here. Puck drop just after 2 o'clock. Sunday afternoon. The Vancouver Canucks, who are playing some terrific hockey this season. Under Willie Desjardins, their new coach. Quite different from a year ago. John Tortorella changing of the guard there, and they've done a nice job. Jim Benning, the general manager, and Trevor Linden. First New Jersey up next on Fox Sports Detroit for you Friday night, as the crowd here stands to salute a 5-2 Red Wing win. Well, Red Wings have now won 4 of 5 and 5 of their past 7 games, as the Philadelphia Flyers are 2-7-1 on the road and have won just 1 of their past 7 games.
And as I was talking about earlier, Ken, that is now a 10-point lead for Detroit over that Philadelphia team. And they may say goodbye to them for quite a while. It's Thanksgiving, and the barometer, 10-point lead is pretty healthy. At this time of the year, the way 3-point games in parity, that's huge if you're a Red Wing fan.
And that's where a lot of GMs look, and Ken Holland was the starter of all that, where your team is at Thanksgiving. And Detroit now with 29 points, one behind Tampa and Montreal, coming into play tonight for the lead in the Atlantic Division. Pretty darn Good for the Red Wings, who beat Philadelphia here by a final score of 5-2. And now we'll send it up to Eric Friday for tonight's 3 stars.